Tony D and Little Joan, and this is a screenwriter's rant on a movie just when you thought um, there hasn't been enough crimes against cinema. This movie comes out, and you might be looking at the title saying Juliet and Romeo and saying, oh no, yes, they're gonna ruin it, and it's probably worse than you think. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys books 1 through 17. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So first, Rebel Wilson's in it. So there's that. There's a strike against it already. But now it's Romeo and Juliet, except they're calling it Juliet and Romeo because, see, they've changed it. How have they changed it, you might ask? Okay, you might want to sit down. They've turned it into a musical. Yeah, I know. I threw up in my mouth just a little bit just saying that. And it's a horrible musical. Oh God, the music. Oh God, don't watch this trailer. I mean, I've recommended you not watching movies a bunch of times, but I don't think I've ever recommended not watching this trailer. Let me downvote it before I forget. Ah, it's a tough trailer to get through. The music, you can only possibly imagine maybe a tone deaf 14-year-old girl enjoying. Brutally awful looking movie. And Rebel Wilson as the mother of Juliet. You know, just an excuse to wear costumes, I guess, and pretend like you knew something of Shakespeare. Jesus, this looks like the worst, most terrible, horrific adaptation of Shakespeare in history. I mean, it looks bad. And I'm gonna place my bet now. They don't die at the end of this one. There's no way. I don't see how you could make this movie and not do all the changes you've done and then say, well, we don't want a downer of an ending. Let's not let them die. Although the poison scene still seems to be in it. But, yeah, this just looks god awful. I'm telling you, don't let... I almost turned it off rather than do this video. And, yeah, I don't know why you would do this. I don't know who this is for. I guess it's for kids, young women, primarily, who will never read Shakespeare in any kind of serious way. And that is awful. That's awful, because Shakespeare is important. You know, it's one of the greatest plays ever written. Romeo and Juliet. Oh my God, I almost said it the other way. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? What's wrong with you, Rebel Wilson? Ugh. Do you think people would greet this with, oh, that's a great take on Romeo and Juliet, putting Juliet up first and putting a bunch of terrible pop music in it. Oh, it's great. Who is this for? Who came up with this monstrosity, this abomination of Shakespeare? You should be drummed out of show business. Don't know anybody on here. I know Dan Fogler. He was in the mix for a while. Rebel Wilson. Oh, Rupert Everett. Yeah, I think I know that name too. God. Everybody but Rebel Wilson probably just needs to pay the bills, but in cinemas, 11th of June, probably just in the UK. I mean, is this the ultimate in humiliation for Shakespeare now? I thought it was there was one where they, in the UK, I think they had some sort of sit-in at one of the theaters with the the migrants there, and they started living there, and they wouldn't leave, and then I believe there was some sort of crazy transgender version of Shakespeare that went on, where they talked about pronouns in the middle of the play. This is probably worse, because this one will actually be watched by a bunch of people, unknowing people, probably don't know anything about Shakespeare. Just like, oh, man, yeah, I'll get a little bit of an education and maybe get entertained. And some very young people will walk out of that theater, that was pretty good. Oh, maybe Shakespeare's not so bad. I'll go watch the rest of it. And then they'll watch, a real Shakespeare play and go, wow, where's all the pop music and the dancing and the Rebel Wilson? Jesus. This is awful. Just god awful. I'm going to guess they don't die at the end. Let's look at the IMDb, see who's responsible for this travesty. There it is. Director Timothy Scott Bogart, who co-wrote it with William Shakespeare. Yeah, some credits for you. Based on the real story that inspired Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Oh, okay. Follows the greatest love story of all time, set as an original pop musical. Yeah, no thanks. Big no thanks. No thanks. I. What else is there to say? Whew. Oof. Oofa. I don't know. I don't know what I want to see less. This or remember when they destroyed Winnie the Pooh with Blood and Honey? Tough call. I guess I would rather see that. I guess I could compartmentalize Winnie the Pooh and the horrible murders that would probably occur in that film rather than endure the pop music and Shakespeare together. Brutal. Just brutal. What is wrong with people? Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check me out tomorrow at Penns Grove, New Jersey. I'll be at Ostera Fair in Penns Grove. Should be a nice day. 10 to 4. And then on Sunday, I'll be at historic Whitesbog Village, where they cultivated the first blueberries, from 10 to 3. And then after that, of course, that's from 10 to 3. But then after that, the live stream at 7. Wednesday, I'll be on the American Werewolf podcast to talk about Zodiac. Hope to see you there. We'll see you tomorrow.